Okay, so this is going to be, we're going to finally get into our first Ford Falcon exploring video here. Like, we like to do the time travel stuff where we go back to the old stuff for the past, but we don't really know how good this thing's going to run, so you know, we don't want to get too far from home. So basically, I'm going to hand the camera over to my son here, Mr. Genius Guy, and you're going to take over. All right, so I'm going to, first thing I got to do is I need to open the hood, and I'll tell you some of the weak spots of the car. You know, one of the weak spots is this hood right here. It's rusting away. So when you close the hood, it kind of folds over. Get that done next time. So also the clutch is not, or the choke is not working correctly. I mean, it works pretty good, but it's not hooked up so that it is connected to the, so that it opens and closes. So I have to manually close it, but then it'll open itself. So we're gonna flip the choke right here. This is the choke back here. And what it normally does is this hose goes inside over here. What if I could, but anyway, the hose goes under there. This is the heater hose, so that when it's cold, this would shut the air down here. And then as it warms up, there's a spring inside here, and it's going to expand, and then it's going to eventually put this thing back up so that it's not choked. Okay, but for right now, we're gonna do that. So, all right. So generally, we're going to also give it a little gas here. Make it a little bit more choke. Okay, yeah, that would be good, and it'll unchoke itself as we warm up. So, all right. And we do have a nice clean air cleaner in there, even though the air cleaner holder here is a little bit old and rusty, but we're sporting some new parts here. All right, so we got us a new starter down there, a new alternator, a new thermostat housing right here, a new fuel pump. The radiator isn't the best in the world, but it's not leaking, and it's not plugged up too bad, I think. So it has enough flow to cool it down. And the car does not seem to be overheating, so that's a good thing. So, all right, here we go. So now when I close this, I have to hold it right here to push this down. Because what I was doing before is I had the board here supporting it, and then it would just fall. But yeah, it gets pretty funky. So anyway, we're going to close this down. If anybody out there has a hood for a Falcon, please let me know. I'll buy it from you. You can ship it to me, or I'll come get it, whatever. We're in Tennessee here, guys. All right. So here's what happens is the sides of the hood are folding up. So I'm going to push them down now so it looks a little bit better. All right. By the way, the other day I came out here and I was working on the car, and a beaver ran out from underneath the car. So ran over into the creek there. Maybe we can capture him and make him the mascot. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump in the car there. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me get a rag because this liquid was across my windshield. Okay. So the way you start these old cars like this, the ones with carburetors, I don't hear people talking about it on the videos, but what you would do is you would push the gas pedal down twice to the floor, one, and then two, and then you hold it halfway down. And what that does is it gives it 2 squirts of gas, it sets the choke, and it opens the thing to halfway. And then when you start it, it should start right away, boom, and don't let off until it starts. And this is bone cold. That's how a Ford starts. Fords are, real good starters. So. I know that everyone likes their own cars. Some people like Chevys, some people like Dodges, but a good old Ford 6-cylinder starts really nice and dependable like that. So anyway, this thing's a bit cold. We're going to let it warm up a little bit here. In the meantime, talk about. So I figured out that the dragging brake is not really a dragging brake. I'm pretty sure what it is it is the axle bearing. The wheel bearing on the axle on the driver's side is probably coming apart, and the bearings are tumbling across each other and locking it up. So that's not an expensive thing on an old car like this. So probably cost me under $100 to do both wheels. So all right, so that's what happens. Okay, so That's a good thing. You have to adjust the mirror a little bit there. Okay. Got some full tank of gas. If you take off slow, it doesn't roll the bushings, the bearings so much. So once you get going, the bearings kind of settle into where they're supposed to be, and it kind of rolls okay. Right now it's not locking up. So, all right, okay, so okay, so it's running pretty good. Nice winter day out here. You can see it's. I think that the temperature's in the very low 40s. Maybe the high 30s and something like that. So,
yep.
Anyway, so without going too far, I guess we could go explore. We'll go find an old building here. I think we might have found one before. We'll go check it out and we'll get us over there. That's what it is. I hope it's not something like a main bearing on the motor or something, but it's not really leaking any oil, so it's probably not that. Anyway, here we are. We're doing up the speed. So I have bigger tires on this car, so it says we're going slower than we are. I have 14s on it, and actually when it was new, it came with 13-inch tires. So. Alright, so this would have been the old road going into Springfield, Tennessee. So imagine this road, you know, back in the 50s and 60s. You know, my neighbor tells me that this was it, and that the big road did not even exist. And then way on the other side, where there's a kind of road kind of like this, that was a dirt road. So this is it. So now we maybe see if we can find anybody who knows anything about how old this place was. You know, when you drive an old car, hey, people like to talk to you, you know? You want to talk about the history, they'll find somebody, everybody's got a story, so let's see how it goes. So, all right, anyway. Oh, here we go. So this kind of would have been, you know, the back of the old oops. Forgot about that red light. Okay. At least we can come to a skidding stop. That's because we only got one or a couple of the brakes going. So this would have been the old gas station right here. So let's pull over right here and we'll take a look at this old gas station right here. See what it looks like. Maybe somebody will come by and talk to us. You never know. Well, this is it. This is how a gas station was in the old days too, you know? Can you imagine it? So it would have been, there would have been a gas pumps right here in front of us, right? And then that right there was probably the auto mechanic shop where they would repair the cars right there in that little little door right there. So, all right, let's jump out here and let's see it. So, all right, let's back up. All right, so this is the old gas station here, and it's kind of cute. I don't know if it's always been brick. It probably was remodeled a couple times, you know. So let's take a look over here. So this probably would have been the gas pump. Probably would have had two of them. So you would have had one on that side and then one on this side. So, and then, and in those days, by the way, you didn't pump your own gas. You'd pull up to the pump and the guy would come out and he would pump your gas for you. And not only would he pump your gas, but he would wash your windows at the same time while your gas is pumping. And then when it was done, he would actually give you these stamps, like sheets of stamps for S&H green stamps, they were called. And there was another one too. I don't remember the other name. If anyone knows, let me know. And they would take these stamps and you would save them up, and then you could trade them in for all kinds of cool things, you know. Either that, I remember I worked in a gas station when I was a kid, and I was doing that. I think I was 11 years old, and you know, I pumped the gas for the people, and I gave out the green stamps and washed the windows, and I remember one time we were giving out pot holders, actually pot holders. So
wow.
you know, tell me in the comments if you remember anybody you know, giving out anything. So take a look at the car right there. This is what it would have looked like in the old days, 1965. You know, you'd had a 65 Falcon pull up here. Probably would have been the only gas station around. And then you look down the street there. You know, this is a train track right here. So there was probably a train stop right here, I imagine. You know, and in those days they had different transportation modes. Where like they had Greyhound bus. You could get a Greyhound bus ride ticket. You could also get, it was called Continental Trailways, was another one of the bus lines. So anyway, let's look at this old building here. So, probably some super high-tech video thing going on here, I imagine. Don't you think so? Mm-hmm. All right, so anyway, let's look in here. That's pretty good.
That's cool.
So I imagine this, you go inside there, it could have even had a little store in here. You know, it could have been a store, gas station combination. And then this right here probably was the repair shop. And you know, without the brick, this looks like the original kind of stuff. So, oh, look in there, that's kind of cool.
Wow, that's big.
Right? And that would have been, you pull your car in there, you get your, and I imagine, look at the ceiling in there, how that is. They have like fans in there. What is that? They got lights. Wow,
Smells cool.
yeah. They got a like a swamp cooler up there hanging from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
See it over there? So, and you know, this out in Tennessee in the summertime, this is pretty dang hot. So that's how that would have went. So that's it. So here at this, imagine sitting at this gas station, you know, and of course the cars would be older. Like replace those new cars with something from the 50s and the 60s. Then you'd had an old train going down the road. And that train don't look very new, so it could be, wow. So we'd have been, all right, so we found one of the neighbors here, and he's going to tell us a little bit he knows, and you know, how much of it is correct and all, but you know, people tell their things about what happens here and there. So, okay, so he's telling us that this building that we just filmed with the gas station here, and what did you say about it?
That old building was the town hall, it was the police station, and it was the fire station all in one building originally in Greenbrier.
The town hall, the police station, and the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why it's so big inside, because we looked inside. That's huge in there.
Mm-hmm. It's got all the bay doors and all of the concrete's in there to support everything.
And a gas station at the same time. Well, somebody was really making up on that. So, and then this little house right here, you said that is
built in 1800.
You think it's built in 1800 on the dot? And is anybody living in there?
No, it's no one's lived in there since I've been here. They're doing a lot of construction and work on it, so we'll see what happens if anybody comes by and actually buys it or not.
Imagine living in a house that was built in 1800. That would be something. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, brother.
I appreciate
it, man. Sorry to bug you. Okay, so this is the house that is from the 1800s. If you look at it on the side right here, it's been recovered a few times. See down here we have, you know, different kinds of siding on it. So I can see right here just the wood siding, and then this is like some slate siding on it there. You know, you look at the old windows here inside, they're all wooden windows, and then somebody got air conditioning there. Look at that. You need that here in Tennessee. Summertime. And they say they're trying to rent it out. I don't know. Imagine living in a house from the 1800s. I'm sure it has some issues, but maybe it has some good stuff. I wonder if it has a basement. Yeah. This right here would have been the pole for hanging your clothes probably when you dry them. So I'm imagining. I don't know much to look at in there. We can't really look in there that well. So anyway, that's it. And then there's this old building over here. So if that was the 1800, this must have been right around that time too. Imagine, look at this place. That definitely looks old. I wonder what it is. It's all kind of boarded up. So we'll have to go back to my neighbor. He probably knows the people's names and everything. So, all right.